Hi there, students. To simmer, and even a phrasal verb, to simmer down. Okay, to simmer is a way of cooking things. So you put the vegetables in water and you boil the water, and when the water boils you turn it down to the minimum so that it boils very, very, very slowly. And this is to simmer, to boil slowly. Now, I've been looking at the dictionary definitions of this verb to simmer, and it says to cook just below the boiling point. Now, I think it's almost impossible to keep your water or your liquid just below the boiling point. Yeah? And I disagree with all of these definitions. It's not below, it's at the boiling point. But to boil very slowly, okay? To simmer. I guess you could simmer something just below the boiling point if you had a special thermostat to stop the heat when the water reached 99 degrees. But that's going to be expensive and impractical. Yeah? Everybody just boils it slowly, to boil it gently, to simmer. But notice we can use this verb to simmer metaphorically. Okay? This is when a bad feeling, a bad emotion, you keep it inside, you bottle it up, pent up strong emotion about something, because the situation doesn't really allow you to do something. If your boss asks you to do something unreasonable, you'll probably say yes, and then you'll steadily and slowly feel bad about it because you can't say, look, this is totally unreasonable. Yeah? You probably just bite your tongue and do it. So, for example, resentment can simmer. Hatred can simmer. Yeah, it's just below the surface. It's pent up, it's bottled up, and it could come to the boil. It could boil over at any moment. Yeah? So there was simmering hatred among the population. There are simmering tensions that could boil over into violence. They could come to the boil. Yeah? So notice simmer is under the surface. And boil over or come to the boil is when somebody reacts. The workers were simmering about their low pay, and finally things came to a head, came to the boil, and there was a strike. Okay? So this is to simmer, pent up emotion just underneath the surface. When you disagree with something, when you feel bad about something, yeah, when you go over it again and again in your head, yeah, you brood about it. Okay? So, to simmer, a regular verb. Simmer, simmered, simmered. And then we have the phrasal verb to simmer down, to calm down, to become calm again. I remember when I was at school, very often when the teacher came into the class, the first thing he'd say was, simmer down, relax, quieten down, calm down, stop what you're doing and concentrate. Yeah? The resentment simmered down after the fight. Yeah? Okay, so things boiled over and then simmered down. Yeah? So simmer down is the calming of excitement or anger. Okay, what about the origins? Well, I think this word is related to the verb to simper. To simper is to smile shyly and ingratiatingly because you want something from somebody, yeah, but shyly. So, to simmer, to boil very slowly. One other just by the way fact, Napoleon had a general at the Battle of Waterloo called Simmer, Baron Simmer. Just an off-the-wall comment, okay? So to simmer, to cook food by boiling it very slowly, or a bad feeling, a bad emotion, resentment, hatred, jealousy, just beneath the surface, brooding and growing slowly over time. Yeah, pent up, bottled up inside you, and you're until maybe you explode, or maybe you simmer down again. Okay, so yes, you're going to ask, what about formality? I think to simmer is neutral formality. I think you could use this in an informal conversation with your mates, and I think you could definitely use it in an academic writing. Simmer down as a phrasal verb, maybe it's ever so slightly informal, but I'm certain you could use it in an informal conversation, and I think you could probably use it in a formal writing as well. So goes both ways. Notice something simmers down. It's intransitive. It doesn't take an object, okay? And remember as well, it's a regular verb. Simmer, simmered, simmered. Okay, so to simmer, to cook something at its boiling point, not just below. Or a bad feeling that you're keeping in below the surface and it's cooking and growing and getting bigger. Okay, and then simmer down, calm down, be less excited, get less angry. So enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Simmer and simmer down.